going on, Wolfpack Nation? Welcome back to another show here, an episode here with Tuffy Talk. We're so glad you guys found this video here in our channel and have chosen to check us out here. But we've got a special guest today, guys. We've Dave Dorn's been building a really strong recruiting class here for the 2023 team. Man, one of the biggest gets I feel like we've had, honestly, here is the number one. My understanding is the number one safety guy coming out of JUCO. Man, we got Bishop Fitzgerald here. Man, a huge pickup for NC State, and Bishop, it's really exciting to have you here, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So first off, I guess right off the bat, how does it feel to be committed to your, NC State, your college?
It's honestly like relief off my shoulders, and I'm real excited to go. I'm ready.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So Bishop, for those who don't know, he again, I mentioned earlier, he is from Woodbridge, Virginia. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's right. Woodbridge, right?
Yeah.
Make sure I got you.
Yeah.
You're up there in Greg's neck of the woods right now.
Yeah, we're neighbors.
Yeah.
And then, but he's playing right now at Coffeyville Community College, or I think is it Community College? Is it CC? Yeah, Coffeyville. And man, he's put up some big stats
Impressive.
here, and I'll read that. He's got 50 tackles, 8 PB pass breakups, 6 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. It led him to be basically an All-American as a defensive back. And so, I guess. Bishop, what is it like playing at Coffeyville? What has that experience been like for you? What led you there? And start with that.
So, out of high school, I was really a quarterback, to be honest. That was kind of my main position, quarterback. And coming out, I didn't really have nothing to go to, like no colleges. I could have went to Lackawanna to play quarterback, but I didn't really think I was going to get, no Division I's as a quarterback. So I took the JUCO route up here, and this season, it was one of the more stacked seasons competition-wise. We had a lot of D1 players, but, I feel like, I just had a good season. Good defensive scheme around me.
Well, I'll ask this question right here, and I'll let you go. But, you said quarterback. Mm-hmm. So what led you to the transition to DB? How did that happen?
So I kind of sat down with my high school coaches and was like, they was just like being real, you're kind of undersized for a quarterback, and not many teams are getting a 6-foot quarterback with kind of just like a mediocre arm. I used to sling it a little bit, but nothing too crazy. So we sat down, and I started going to camps more as a DB and all that stuff. So I felt like, yeah.
It's cool. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I was going to say, you led the JUCO level this year with 6 interceptions, if I read my stats right. And Coffeyville, they play in the Kansas League, which for maybe some people out there, if you ever watched Last Chance U, that's the same conference that they followed pretty closely. So it's a really competitive level. You see a lot of those guys coming out with D1 offers. On your team, who else was getting D1 offers? You guys have a bunch of guys.
Yeah. So actually, my roommate that just walked in, that was a safety with me right now. I think he had about 20 offers or somewhere in that area. And our whole D line, I think, is committed somewhere right now to D1. Our corner, I think 2 of our linebackers and a few backups too. So our defense was pretty stacked last year.
Yeah, so for a lot of people think he's a JUCO guy, he's probably not got talent or whatever, but that's a really bad misconception out there, because you get guys that go to that level for various reasons, especially with the way that the college landscape has changed. You get the transfer portal has definitely changed the college recruiting scale. So you got guys that would have been recruited maybe 4 or 5 years ago to get D1 offers, but now because people are going to the transfer portal first, you guys are kind of the unforgotten level, if you will. So how hard has that been for guys to kind of just come in and prove their way?
It's pretty hard. We actually get a lot of bounce backs too, guys that really didn't get anything in the portal when they hit it. So, their best option was. But I feel like the portal really, it takes a toll on JUCO guys because, obviously they already been to the Division I level. So they got a little step above us. But I feel like if your film speaks justice for itself. So if it's good, you still going to do what you got to do.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great call up there with the JUCO route, because I feel like it. People either a lot of the main tension has always been on high school recruits.
Yeah.
And it's to me, I know the transfer portal, but also the JUCO, like you're playing at a college level, and it's like the talent is proven more there. So to me, it's like it's less of a, I don't say gamble, but you have proven it at a larger stage, at a more competitive stage in high school. So bringing in JUCO route, JUCO players just as much as you would be transferring to another college is a big deal to me. So what I guess, where do you feel like your game has grown since you've been at Coffeyville?
Before we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flatlands Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need. Offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flatlands Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flatlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
I feel like tackling, I kind of was thrown into that fire early. So it's either like make this tackle or get out the game. So I kind of had to learn how to come down and make a few tackles, and honestly just being in a real defensive scheme. Coming from high school, I feel like not a lot of high schools really got to establish like scheme where they in this formation that we're doing this or stuff like that. So being in the real scheme, understanding, what's coming at me and making tackles.
Yeah.
What kind of defense you guys running out there?
We're a 4-2-5, kind of like quarter space defense.
Okay. So it'll be different going to the NC State defense there. 3-3-5. Yeah.
So I was like, what kind of conversation, I guess, have you had with Dorn or Gibson or who I guess who was your lead recruiter? I don't even know who that was about.
It was DeFore, but honestly, it was all of them, to be honest. They did a really good job. But
that's awesome. So what do they say the transition would be like going from the 4-2-5 to the 3-3-5? What are your thoughts about that?
So they want me to come in playing their strong safety that Fagan played last year, number 4. So kind of like their post safety, high safety, and that's actually what I play here, the field safety. So I feel like they said my skill set kind of matches up perfectly with what they expect for that field safety to do.
Yeah, and so you kind of mentioned Fagan, and State's lost both of their safeties, and then we lost one of our nickels. So there's going to be a great opportunity for you to come in and really cement your spot on the squad. Have you talked to any of the guys in the in the locker room? I think you took an official visit. I don't remember if you did or if you didn't.
I did. So my host was Devon Betty, the linebacker. So he was a really good host. Kind of just talking a lot of ball with him, and he said that he actually played a lot one of his earlier years, and the linebackers got hurt, and then they came back. So he kind of had to take a step down and kind of let them do them, because y'all linebacker production last year was crazy. I mean, them boys was balling out.
Special.
So yeah.
No, I think that too. But I mean, I'll tell you what, man. When you see, I don't know how much I guess if you studied up much on NC State this past year, I don't know. You're so focused on your Coffeyville and what you're doing now. I'm curious.
I mean, I watched NC State. I kind of got into them like 21 when y'all beat Clemson. I mean, that was kind of caught my eye. Obviously, y'all was balling, but I kept up with y'all, definitely.
It's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I was curious. That I guess was that your first experience of NC State? You're in Virginia, so you're not too far away. But what is that like for you? Was it really that game? Was that the game that like, man, hey, I need to start paying attention? Or
I mean,
how did that work?
Honestly, it was just the defense. Like, you watch the 3-3-5 and you see all the different pressures they're getting there and different like looks they're giving, catching picks and all that. It's just a fun defense to watch. So as a defensive back, watching that, you like, dang, like. That's something like real cool, because 3-3-5s ain't really, you don't see too many of those working as effectively, even stopping a run as NC State.
It's definitely catching on more. I know when Coach Gibson came on, I think it was only like maybe 3 or 4 programs that are really on the Division I level that, the P5 that was even running that. But it's something that from a fan perspective, like if you've never seen it, it's like, okay, how does this work? It took me probably, I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I mean, I at least have a somewhat understanding of it after the last couple of years. But I guess what about that defense just really gets you excited? Like, is it because you seem like a pretty physical guy from some of the tape I've looked at. I think you do such a great job of both ball hawking and playing up in the box. So like like what are you excited about that defense?
I'm excited for the pass rush, honestly. All those different pressures, pass rush kind of like a DB's best friend, get them pressures, help us, we help y'all out, catch picks, and pass rush and the different looks and coverage. He was showing me some of the film, and safety disguising real good, kind of showing one thing and then spinning back, going high, playing coverage on the side. So that's what excites me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I could see that. I know with Tanner Engel was a safety we had, and he really played a lot in that regard. He had a lot of blitzes he would run from the safety position, and I could see that with your film too. I mean, there's some hits on your huddle tape that was like, man, he's laying the wood right here. He's really hitting hard. So. Well, that's cool, man. Well, I mean, I'm really excited that you are coming to NC State, and for the NC State fans watching this episode, we're gonna kick it over at episode 2 here in a second, just so we can, get to talk more about NC State, how Bishop is learn more about them and what that looks like, him blending into the team. But Bishop, we're really excited that you've come to be part of NC State, committed, and for the NC State fans, though, thank you for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And share with all the NC State Wolfpack Nation, so we can get them to know Bishop and and just introduce him as a big part of the NC State defense this upcoming season. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much, and go Pack.